Josh, go ahead.
All right. I'm just getting the textbook. Do you guys all have access to the textbook? Yeah. I'm going to open it on the Zoom screen. Okay, so I guess we'll go over the homework first. Which was page 19. Okay, does someone want to do number 9? Well, first I should ask, did everyone do the homework?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
then I'll just go in order on how people are lined up on my screen then. So the first person on my screen is Isaiah. So do you want to do number 9?
Sure. So R would be 2, 3, or wait, was that page 19?
Mm.
Wait, sorry.
Mm.
So PQ is 4 3/4, and then I made that into an improper fraction. Then I divided by 2, and then I did 19/4 times 1/2, and then I got 19/8, and then I got 2 3/8 inches.
Yeah, so that's right. And then 13. So the next person on my screen is Kiara. So do you want to do 13?
Yeah. So for 13, it's 6x plus 7 equals 4x plus 5. So then I did minus 4x on both sides and minus 7x and minus 7 on both sides. And I got 2x equals negative 2, and I divided both sides by 2, and I got x equals negative 1.
Yeah. And then it says find JM, so then you have to plug in X. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. And then 15. So the next person on my screen is Elijah.
I didn't do it.
Okay. Would you want to try and do it now? I mean, just this. I mean, not the whole thing, just this question. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So number 15. All right. The Are you having trouble with the question?
Yeah, well, I got 5x minus 30.
You couldn't find X minus 30, you said?
No, I got 5x minus 30.
Okay. But, well, in these problems, M is the midpoint of SU, meaning that SM is equal to MU. So you should be able to set those two expressions equal to each other and then solve for X.
Okay.
So like here you would do x plus 15 equals 4x minus 45 and then solve for x. And you could also tell they're equal because if you see on the line, they have like a vertical line mark. So there's a vertical line mark on SM and on MU, meaning that SM is equal to the length of MU.
X equals 20.
And then it says find SU. So now
Substitute.
$70.
I thought you guys could hear me. I was muted. But Elijah, did you find the answer?
Yeah, I got 70.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So the next one is 18. So I guess Mason, do you want to do 18?
I didn't have a chance to do it.
Okay. Do you want to try it now?
I'll try.
Uh-huh.
Is it -4?
Well, in 18, you're supposed to find the coordinates of the midpoint of the segment. Did you do did you do number 18 or did you do a different number?
I did 18.
I mean, well, 18 gives you 2 points, E and F. E is 0.04 and F is 4, 3. And you need to find the coordinates of the midpoint.
I don't really know how to do it.
Okay, so when you're finding the midpoint of a segment, you add the x coordinates and divide by 2. Well, yeah. So, yeah, if you add the x coordinates, divide by 2, and then add it to the, or sorry, I believe you subtracted actually. Yeah, you subtract them from one another, divide by 2, and then add it to the first one. So let me tell you what I mean by that. So like, if you look here, for the x coordinates, 4 minus 0 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then the first coordinate is 0, and 0 plus 2 is 2. So you know that the x coordinate of the midpoint is 2. And then for the y coordinates, 3 minus 4 is -1. -1 divided by 2 is -1/2. And if you add it to this first coordinate 4, you get, so 4 minus 1/2, which is 3 1/2. So then you know the midpoint is at 2, 3 1/2. Did you understand that, Mason?
It's a little confusing, but yes.
Would it be better if I wrote out what I meant?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it gives you 2 points. E, which is at 0, 4. Oh. 0, 4. And F at 4, 3. So actually, I'm going to scroll up to see how they wrote out the formula. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, actually, you could, so the book says, well, so you can imagine these coordinates as x1, comma, bad comma. Okay, comma y1 and x2, comma y2. And so the midpoint formula says the midpoint between these 2 points is x1 plus x2 over 2, comma y1 plus y2 over 2. So that would be the coordinates of the midpoint. So in this situation, well, actually, Mason, do you want to try and do it using this formula?
Yes.
Okay.
What if I get a half?
You mean what if you don't get like a whole number? Is that what you're asking? Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, then I got 2 and 2, 3 fifths, 3.5, 2 and 3.5.
Yeah, so that's the answer. All right, then I will put it back to the textbook. Okay, and then the next one, oh, I need to see what the next one was. Okay, that was just 18. So now 22. Yeah, so it's the same concept again. Let's see who's next. Noble. Can you do number 22?
Yeah. For number 22, let me see. I did it, but I just want to check for sure.
I couldn't hear what you said.
I said I did it. Checking right now. Yeah, I got -5.5 and 4.5.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Negative, yeah. All right, then the next one is, well, yeah, so until 24, so. Wyatt, do you want to explain number 23?
I didn't really get 23.
Okay. I think it just wants you to create an expression that represents the midpoint between A and B. So here you would just add 0 plus m over 2, and that would be the midpoint, the x coordinate of the midpoint, and then the y coordinate would be 0 plus n over 2. So then the midpoint is m over 2, comma n over 2. Because if you could just plug these points into the midpoint formula, and that's what you would get.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Then next is Nathaniel. Do you want to explain the error in number 24? Nathaniel? Nathaniel, are you there? Maybe not. All right, then I guess Isaiah, do you want to explain number 24?
So I figured out like how we would usually do it, and then I got 5-1. And then so I think what they did wrong is that they subtracted the two x coordinates, like x sub 1, x sub 2, instead of adding them. And that's how
Yeah.
they got 3-2 instead.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so then I guess Kiara, number 29.
So for 29, -7 equals 4 plus x over 2. And if you do that, you get -7x 2 equals 4 plus x, then -14 equals 4 plus x. And then it will be -18 equals x for the x coordinate. And then for the second part, 8 equals -6 plus y divided by 2. And 8x times 2 equals -6 plus y. And then 16 equals -6 plus y. Then you get 22 equals y. So it's -8, 22 is the s coordinate.
Wait,
And
wait.
-18.
Okay. So you got, and what did you get as the y coordinate?
I got 22.
Okay. Yeah. Number 30. Okay. Well, Elijah, do you want to do number 30?
I don't know how.
All right, so, well, I would assume that there are two, well, I'm thinking of two ways of doing this. So you can either use the midpoint formula and do the midpoint formula backwards, or actually knowing that since we know this is a straight line, I would actually just look at the distance, I would look at the difference between the x points and the y points. Well, I'll show you what I mean. I'll write it down. So if the 2 points are R, which is at -4, comma, -6, and then M, which is the midpoint of the line RS, at 3, comma, -4. So knowing that this is a straight line, what I would do, because if it's a straight line, well, I'll explain what I mean in a second. So instead of using the midpoint formula and working backwards, I think an easier way is actually just looking at the difference between the two x coordinates and the two y coordinates. So for example, 3 minus -4 equals 7. So this has an x distance of 7. So if it's the same distance to the next point, you add another 7. So whatever s is, which I think is the other endpoint, yeah, it's s. Then I would just add 7 to the x coordinate. So it's 10 for that x coordinate. And then for the y coordinates, I would do the same thing again. So -4 minus -6, which equals 2. And then I'd add 2, or yeah, I'd add 2 to -4, which is -2. So then, yeah, that should be the endpoint. Do you get it, Elijah? Yeah. Okay. Well then, well then, 32. Find the length of the segment round to the nearest tenth of a unit. So then this would be distance formula. So do you want to try this one, Mason?
32?
Yeah.
It's the same thing as the last one I did.
Oh no, 32, you have to find the distance of this, the length of this line. Which I'll show you the distance formula. Yeah, so the distance formula, you subtract one x coordinate from the other, square it, and then do the same with the y, and then add them together and find the square root.
Wait, can you
So,
leave it right there so I can copy it down so I know?
yeah. Then it looks like Eric is joining. Mhm.
Okay, you can go back down.
Okay. So, what did you get, Mason?
I just put the formula in and now I'm gonna start solving it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I got 13.
13. Um, I don't, I mean, I haven't written it down. I just did it in my head, but I don't think that's what it is. I mean, what I would have done, I would have done 2 minus -3, which is 5. 5 squared is 25. And then 3 minus 5 is -2. -2 squared is 4. And then 25 plus 4 is 29. And I think it would be the square root of 29. Or tell me what you did, Mason.
Um, yeah, I messed up. I minus the 2 by 3, the 2 by 3, and then I got -1. And then I did, I squared off, or I did 3 times 3 because I needed to make it 9. And I minus that by 5. Then I brung that down. I subtracted 9 by 5, got 4, and then I kept the -1, brung it down. Then I did the -1 by times itself, I got 1, and then the 4 times itself got 12, and I got 13.
All right, well, I will write out the formula here so you can see how I would do it when I plug in the numbers. So the 2 points are -3, 5, and 2, 3. So once again, you could think of this as x1, comma y1, and x2, comma y2. So the distance formula says that the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared is the distance. And so if I plug in these numbers, it's square root 2 minus -3, that's squared, plus 3 minus 5 squared. So then you get square root of 25. Well, I kind of jumped quickly there, but 2 minus -3 is 5, and then 5 squared is 25, plus, and then 3 minus 5 is -2. -2 squared is 4, and so this should be square root of 29.
Okay, I see wrong.
Yeah? Does everyone understand?
Yes.
So then I guess the next one is 35. Find the length of the segment and find the coordinate midpoint of the segment. So next person would be Noble, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I did this one right, but I got 7 units, and like the coordinate I got was like 0.5.
Yeah, so that's 7 units. And then, well, I think it would be
Oh,
negative.
negative 0.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Then 41. So Wyatt, do you want to try 41?
For 41, I got B.
All right. Well, I'll actually have to do it. I'll have to write it out. Wait. So endpoints LF. So 3 minus 2, -2, 5, 25. So then, did you get the length of LF is square root of 26? Well, not the difference yet, but just LF.
What?
Like for the distance of just. So actually, tell me how you went through it.
Hold on. I didn't really do much technically. I just kind of use. Yeah, I didn't use a formula.
Okay. Well then, I'm just gonna plug this into the calculator. Um, yeah, sorry, my computer's just going slowly. Yeah, so I got the same answer you did, B. Okay. Oh yeah, and I'm still sharing the whiteboard, so I'll fix that. Okay. So then after that one was just 41, so after 41 is 42. Okay, then, so after y it is, well, Nathaniel, are you there? I don't think so. But okay, so Eric, do you want to do number 42? Are you there, Eric? All right, I guess back to Isaiah then. Do you want to do number
Um,
42?
um, so to find PQ, what did I do? I use same formula for the midpoint. And then I just substituted the missing variables. So I basically just like worked backwards, and then I just saw how the math worked out.
Okay. So you found point Q, and then you found the distance?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think you have to find like PM first, or P. Yeah, find PM first, and then I think you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think I messed up. Hold on.
No, yeah, because if M is the midpoint, then if you find PM, then you already have half of, you just multiply it by 2, and then you know the
Yeah.
length of PQ. Yeah. You don't actually have to do it out. You just have to, it just says explain how to do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then 47. Okay, Kiara, do you want to do 47?
Okay. So if Jm equals a half times Jk, Jk equals Jm times 2. So then I plugged it in. So I did 2 times s over 8 equals 3s over 4 minus 6. and then I got x over 4 equals 3x over 4 minus 6. Then x equals 3x minus 24. Then I minus 3x on both sides, and I got negative 2x equals negative 24. And I divided both sides by negative 2, and I got x equals 12, and jm equals 12, because then I plugged in the x, so jm will equal 12 over 8, which equals 1.5.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because if you plug in 12, JK is 3, and then JM is 1.5. So yeah, 12 over 8. Then 53. Okay, so Elijah, do you want to do 53? We could split it into parts. So do you want to do part A of 53, Elijah?
Okay. Two 10 meters. In yards. 210.
210, you said?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Okay, let me.
Off right now. I'm not answering.
I
I'm not answering.
What?
right
I didn't get 210. I got We'll find the distance around the park's nearest yard. Well, so we already know the two legs. One is 50 and the other is 80. And then I used the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the remaining side, which was like 94 point. Well, it would be 80 squared plus 50 squared, and then you find the square root of that. Do you understand, Elijah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to use Well, you know the Pythagorean theorem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have to use that to find the length of PR.
Okay.
Did everyone get that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then let's see for B. I guess Mason. Do you want to do B?
I don't really know how to do it.
Okay, it says a new path and a bridge are constructed from point Q here to the midpoint M of PR. Find QM to the nearest yard. So, well, first try finding the coordinates of the midpoint. Do you know how to do that, Mason?
No.
Well, so what are the coordinates of point P?
10 and 50.
And what are the coordinates of point R?
80 and 10.
And do you remember the midpoint formula?
It's x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and then y1 plus y2 divided by 2.
So that's what you do here to find m. So if you do that, what do you get? So what did you get, Mason?
I just found out. I have to figure out this one, but I almost got it.
Okay.
45 and 30.
Yeah, 45 and 30. So yeah, 45 comma 30. And then do you remember the distance formula?
Yes.
So then what are the coordinates of point Q? Well, yeah, so you use the distance formula to find the length of QM. Oh, and then just to remind you, it says to round. Well, it says to the nearest yard. So after you get the answer, you have to round to a whole number.
Okay. Is it 6,500?
Um, did you, how did you get 6,500?
I did 80 minus 10, then I got 70, and then I timed 70
Oh, no, no.
times 70.
The point you got, M, which was at 45, comma 30, you need to find the distance between M and Q.
Wait, where's M?
M is the point that you found before, the midpoint. The one you said that was at 45, comma 30.
Oh, so wait. Then wait, so how do I do it then?
So, right, I will. So you found M, and you said that M was at 45, comma 30. And you know that Q is at Q is at 1010. So it asks you to find the length of QM. So what you do is the square root of 45 minus 10 squared plus 30 minus 10 squared. So square root 35 squared plus 20 squared, which 35 squared is 1,225. So it's 1,225 plus 400, which is the square root then of 1,625, which would be about 40.3, but it says to the nearest yard, so then the answer is actually 40. You guys see?
Okay.
Did you guys understand that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So then for part C, Noble. So I will share the screen like this. So Noble, can you do part C?
Yeah, hold on. I was confused on this one. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Looks like you have to find all the distances. Like
Yeah, I was confused on this question. Now I'm starting to get like a little like pretty good bit because I know like P to Q is 40
or no, P to Q's. Yeah, it is 40.
and R to Q is 70. So that's 110 by itself, but then the midpoint is messing me up. But hold on.
Yeah, so then Q to M is 40.
So is the midpoint 35 then?
What do you mean you mean like is halfway?
Halfway between Q to R.
Then it would be 45. That like it would be 10. It would be 45, comma 10. That would be the midpoint of QR.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I don't think that that's important. I mean, I think you were asking for the midpoint of PR.
Right. Yeah, PR, my fault, not QR. Sorry, PR. Yeah. But
yeah, so that's 45, comma 30.
45, comma 30. Okay. So that's 40 plus 70 times.
But But so, just so that you don't have to calculate the distance between the midpoint and another point. Well, I mean, we already know that QM is equal to 40. So you know
Right.
P to Q is P to Q is 40.
40.
Q
So
to
that's
M is also 40.
okay. So then Q to
So that's
R is
80.
150. So then it would take a yard a minute then. So it'd take probably 150 minutes.
Wait, 40 plus 40 is 80. 80 plus 70 is 150. But then you still have to include the distance from M to R.
Oh, into R. Okay, got it. So then into R. So then it'll be another 40. So 190. 190 divided by 150.
Oh, I know a shortcut to how you could do that. Earlier we had to find the length of PR. So the length of MR would have to be half of that.
So it'll be 20.
Well, no, so earlier PR was, I need to look back. Actually, does anyone know what the length of PR was? It was 94, I think.
94.
But I'll check again. No, it was 80. It was 80.
So then PR is 80, then MR is 40. So 40 plus P to Q, which is 40, that's 80. And then Q to M is, so wait a minute.
Yeah, so then it's 40 yards, then another 40 yards, then another 40 yards, and then 70.
And then 70, right? So then that's 120 plus 170. So that's 190. 190 divided by 150. Hold on.
Yeah, so then it should be like, well, whatever 190 divided by 150 is.
Right. So that's like 1.26 basically.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the answer.
Okay.
And then what was the last one? Was it 54?
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's see. Is or Wyatt, do you want to do 54?
54. All right. I didn't really get this problem.
Okay, do you want me to do it on the whiteboard?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing it says is AB bisects CD at point M. So I don't know, let's say that this line is C, this line segment is CD. So we know it's bisected at point M, so that must be the midpoint. And it's bisected by AB. But then it also says CD bisects AB at point M. So which means CD has to cut AB in half. So they both cut each other in half. So it looks something like this. This is the same length as that. And these two line segments are the same length. And it tells you that AB is equal to 4 times CM. So I don't know, let's say the length of AB, oh well, okay, this is CM from here, and then this is AB. So AB equals 4 times CM. So if CM is X, AB equals 4X. Right? Is everyone following so far? And then describe the relationship between AM and CD. So, well, AM is here, and CD is this line. So we know that CD is twice CM. So CD would be 2X, and AM is half of AB, which would also be 2X. So even though it doesn't look drawn to scale, AM should be equal to CD, and that's the relationship. Does everyone get that? Yeah?
Oh yeah, because 4x.
Why? Do you get that?
Not really.
No?
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, AB would, the whole AB would be 4X.
Well, so the reason I was using X, so it says AB is 4 times the length of CM. So I just gave CM a random value, X, and we know AB is 4 times that length. So that's why AB would be 4X if CM was X. And then it asks you to find the relationship between AM and CD. And so knowing that AM is half of the length of AB, 4X divided by 2 is 2X. And then knowing that CD is twice the length of CM, you multiply that by 2, and X times 2 is 2X. And so that's how you know that they're the same length.
Uh,
Do you get it?
yeah.
Okay. I think that was the last one. So what we could do now is, well, have you guys worked with angles before?
A little bit.
Okay, so let's see. What we could do is, I guess for homework, I could tell you guys to read through this chapter, and then next time we could do some problems together, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll just tell you guys for homework to read through this chapter, do some of their, not the actual exercises yet. We could do that next time. But what you should do is go through like their example problems, like you can see here. Oh wait, actually I'm still showing the whiteboard. Sorry. Okay. So then I guess for homework, just read through lesson 1.4, measure and classify angles. And then next time we could do some problems on it. So just like go through these example problems. You could see like, not the actual problems, but you could see what I mean on the screen. Like not the exercises, but the example 5, example 4, and so on. Like review those. and then we could do some problems next class. All right?
All right.
All right.
Okay, so I guess that should be it then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
No
right.
problem.
Be good.
Thank you.
Catch you later.
All right. Bye, guys.